This is my moment. Whoa, I was born for greatness. Oh, a legend in the making, deep in my bones. Oh yeah, I know I am the champion. Whoa, come on, try and take it. Whoa, it all comes down to this and deep in my bones. Oh yeah, I know I am the champion. You know I'm out for blood. I'm feeling dangerous.
Nothing but a hater, cloud chaser. You're mad, I'm back. Big mad, he's mad, she's mad, big sad. Ha ha, don't care, stay mad.
Alright y'all, it is time for another video. And I'm starting this one off with a screen recording because I promised the trolls that I would show them how to never have to see my channel again. Because for whatever reason the trolls are very baitable. You hear that, trolls? You are very baitable. There are fish in the ocean who don't bite bait as easily as these men. I just have to post the truth. And well, their whole worldview gets turned upside down and suddenly they're in a frenzy and they're trying to prove their worldview even though we debunked that shit 2 years ago. Alright? But anyway, I'm here to show them how to train, trim, and curate their algorithms. A very important thing that you should be doing on YouTube once in a while. And it's really simple. Right? You hover a video, some people may or may not have the autoplay feature turned on, it is what it is. But what you really need to do is hover the title. These 3 dots are going to come up over here. And you're going to click those 3 dots. Don't give a fuck about any of these. I know various people give a fuck. They're not relevant for this topic. It's these bottom 3 options that you're interested in. Alright, you could report my channel. I mean, you're just gonna give the people at YouTube some work to do, I suppose, right? Justify their salaries. You can't get my channel banned anyway. Alright, but there's gonna be options here. Don't recommend channel and not interested. Now these things do different things, right? Don't recommend channel is very specific to the channel that you are hovering at that moment. If, for instance, I got tired of Teching 101 content and I just didn't want to see Teching anymore, I would say don't recommend that channel. If I got tired of Sky Sports F1 and I said, Sky Sports, there is nothing that I'm going to click on your channel for again, I just say don't recommend channel. Alright? And that is going to remove the channel from your algorithms. The channel specifically. If you don't want to see my channel, you don't have to see it. Okay? This is why it doesn't show me Cameron F1 videos, for instance. I've removed Cameron from my fucking algorithms. I don't need that. I just don't need that shit. I don't. That's the adult thing to do. You see? If you're a child, then you gotta click on everything and, oh, I can't believe he said that. And now you go busy, now you get busy in the comments like there's anything you could fucking say. Right, but don't recommend channel, that's what you're gonna click. If you click not interested, not interested does a different thing, okay? Not interested interacts with this list of topics up here. And because I've now clicked not interested on an F1 video, it's gonna move the F1 thing back a bit. Of course, I've undone it so when I refresh the page, it's not gonna be the case that this F1 topic over here moves down the priority list. Alright, but you might use the not interested option for personalities who become topics onto themselves, such as an Andrew Tate. I got sick of seeing Andrew Tate in my algorithms. It was doubly problematic because he's running his Hustlers University and all the people who signed up for that have to post his content around the place. It was just too fucking problematic. So if you get swamped by a topic like that, you say not interested. right? Now, word of advice to the trolls in terms of clicking the not interested, right? Be careful clicking this on Sir Lewis Hamilton videos, because Sir Lewis Hamilton is F1. I'm sorry, that's just the way it is. Okay? You could argue about it this way and that way. It is what it is. Every single time I see a promotional poster of F1, who has to be on the poster? Sir Lewis Hamilton. He has to be there. They can't not have the poster without him there, because it wouldn't be F1. Now, you might use the not interested option, like I said, for Andrew Tate videos, because there's too many of them on the YouTube, so you might use it with that. I also used it with XQC. I suppose if anyone knows the streamer XQC, I don't even know how this guy got so popular. I've watched some of his videos. I still can't believe he's speaking English, but anyway, I don't know how he got so popular, but whatever. He can stack his Skrilla. I'm not going to complain too much about it. So long as I don't have to see it. So long as I don't have to interact with it. So long as it's not flooding my homepage with bullshit. I don't particularly mind. But not interested is for personalities who have become topics unto themselves, or to just remove topics wholesale. Right? If you click on one too many thirst trap videos, right? Because I know the man them just like looking at pretty women. It is what it is. Not going to turn off the biology. But if you click on one too many thirst trap videos and your homepage starts getting flooded with booty videos and thought videos and what have you, you could just say not interested, and it will get clean. It will get clean eventually. I'm sure there's various people who got to click on that right now. I'm pretty sure there's various people who got to click on that shit right now. But don't do this when clicking on, a fixed one, or an FF1, or a wonderful, or even a Lex F1. I should start signal boosting Lex F1 as well, even though he's got more subs than me already. I should also start signal boosting a Lex F1, get him into our conversational space, as it were. But you're not going to click not interested on our channel's trolls, because that runs the risk of removing Formula 1 wholesale from your algorithms. You don't want that. I know you don't want that. I know y'all love the fluff content that you get, that tickles your bellies and keeps your psychosis in check, because there's nothing worse than having someone like me come around and just fuck up your psychosis with the real facts. There's nothing worse than that. Alright, so you're gonna say, don't recommend channel. It's that easy. You might have to do it 2 times, 3 times. When a channel blows up that you've said not to have recommended to you, the algorithm is gonna recommend it to you again. Maybe you're a changed person and you're ready for whatever that channel has to offer. Who knows? The algorithm is simply concerned with getting adverts to play. That's all the algorithm is interested in. It gets YouTube money. Alright? You gotta take command of the algorithms. And I'm showing you how to. I'm giving you the keys to the Lamborghini, as it were. So, don't recommend channel. You won't have to see my channel again. Alright? I'm into One Piece, but you will not find a Mr. Morge video on my algorithms, because I don't remove Mr. Morge from my algorithms. I can't deal with Mr. Morge videos. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There's probably someone who's into Mr. Morge who's watching this video right now. Do your thing. I ain't saying don't watch Mr. Morge. It's just for me. That's just for me exclusively. So, trolls, the Maximilian Verstappen fans who would love to just be comfortable in their psychosis, don't ever say I don't do nothing nice for y'all. Please, don't ever say I don't do nothing nice for y'all. I'm giving y'all the keys to the Lamborghini. Alright? And I've told you how the algorithms work as far as the end user experience goes. Alright, but anyway, I've got to address some comments now. Alright, I've just taught the trolls how to save themselves the embarrassment of, having to deal with facts. Can't believe some of this shit we have to deal with in 2023. It's actually crazy. But anyway, I want to address some of the comments that they left behind, because Some of these are just funny. So, starting off, I got Yeri over here. Yeri is going to feature perhaps more than once. There's another Mandem who's going to feature more than once. Who cares, really? But anyway, Yeri is over here. He's saying, just be happy with 6 easy walk-in-the-park World Drivers' Championships he won in his most dominant car in the history of F1. Actually, that's the Red Bull. And the Mercedes was never ever the most dominant car in F1 history. Like, clearly, you've not entertained the Lotus years, you've not entertained the Brabham years, you've not entertained the Alfa Romeo years, you've not entertained anything. And you might be thinking that I'm talking about this recent Alfa Romeo thing. Go back to the 50s. Oh, but you don't really count the 50s as real, do you? So I don't really know how you've got any sort of historical lens to actually comment on what is the most dominant car in F1 history. Perhaps you read an article somewhere. Alright, perhaps you read an article somewhere and you're not going to say, oh, the most dominant car in F1 history is the Mercedes. So, someone wanted to program you, the programming landed. It's not really my concern. I don't give a fuck because I've muted y'all from the channel, so you can't even fucking interact with the channel anyway aside from giving it a view or giving it a like or a dislike. Either way, you feed the algorithm, so I don't really give a shit. Okay, but anyway, is the Mercedes the most dominant car in history? It's one off. One off. Which one? 2016 year. None of the others afterwards. So 2016 year, the championship that Rosberg won, that's the most dominant Mercedes car, excluding going back to the original Silver Arrows years. Right, excluding that, with Fangio driving and all of that shit, excluding that. And this is just strictly for Mercedes. The actual most dominant car in F1 history, there's a Williams FW14 in there, I believe. Is it the FW14? Couldn't give a shit. But the most dominant car in F1 history is now the Red Bull, with Maximilian Verstappen getting his win in the Dutch Grand Prix. And you say Sir Lewis Hamilton had some easy walk-in-the-park World Drivers' Championships. It's really funny to me that this is a narrative that has spread on the internet lately, because what this is telling me is that Sir Lewis Hamilton is so good that people have actually forgotten that Ferrari were running their illegal engine, their illegal power unit, right? People are gonna now mince bones about that and try to say, oh, it was just the fuel flow. Well, the fuel flow regs are a major part of the current regulations. Daniel Ricciardo got removed from the podium for exceeding fuel flow rate at an Australian Grand Prix. So just, simmer down. Right, I need all of y'all to simmer down. I ain't even gonna have to deal with none of y'all after this. I suppose someone's gonna make a duplicate account and come back into the channel, gonna get removed same time. I hope you got a lot of email addresses. But you know what I'm not mentioning here is that Sir Lewis Hamilton, he had to race against his teammate as well. Verstappen, he's not having to race against his teammate. You notice that? Did anyone notice that? Did any of the Maximilian Verstappen fans notice that? Verstappen don't have to race against his teammate. The jury's out right now. Anyone and their mother could say at this point that Perez is not even driving the same spec car as Verstappen, especially after the Dutch Grand Prix. I could give Verstappen all sorts of excuses here. Oh, it's home Grand Prix boost for him and all of that. I could run that, but there's no world where he should be gaining 2/10 per corner on his teammate who is allegedly in the same car. That just doesn't happen. That just does not fucking happen. I don't care what logic you try run by me, because I've been saying Perez is a overrated driver for the longest time. Right? For the longest time. And even as low as I rate him, 2/10 per corner, for him to be losing 2/10 with each turn of the steering wheel to his teammate, excuse me, y'all gonna have to address that, Maximilian fanboys. Y'all gonna have to address that, because I've been running it this whole season that Perez is in the same spec car. After that, after seeing that bit of film, I can't run that anymore. I'm sorry. Y'all gonna have to explain what exactly is going on there, because Sir Lewis Hamilton, there's gonna be people who are gonna want to say that Bottas was never given the same spec of car. Dude, clearly you don't know a stipulation that Sir Lewis Hamilton puts into his contract of both cars must be the same spec. That's in Sir Lewis Hamilton's contract. All right. If there's only enough parts for one car, Sir Lewis Hamilton has it in his contract that the parts just won't be run. The team will just not run the parts this weekend. Maybe next weekend there'll be enough parts for both cars. Why is that? Because Sir Lewis Hamilton doesn't want the number one driver, number two driver thing being pulled up on him. That's why he's comfortable going into the quote-unquote number two car. Right? That's why he's comfortable doing that. It's not going to change anything for him because it's in his contract. He has it in his contract that him and his teammate will be driving the same spec of car. After the Dutch Grand Prix, I can't even run it that Perez is running the same spec car as Verstappen. I can't. The film that was produced, I can't run that. Verstappen can be as good as you want. 210s per corner? No, that's just not happening. There's no world where that's happening. So, when Neri says over here, it's already flattering his skills as we have seen the last 2 years without his rocket ship. What does that actually mean for Verstappen? What does that actually mean for Verstappen? If I treat that as real, what does that now mean for Verstappen? Because his teammate's not being given the same spec car. He's got the rocket ship. It's now the most dominant car in F1 history. Let me guess, the language now changes. Whatever car Verstappen has, it's not a rocket ship, right? Even with their goofy DRS. Even with their NOS DRS over there. It's not a rocket ship that Verstappen's driving. Verstappen only started winning now that he got the rocket ship. Last video, I broached that Honda, through half a decade's worth of Japanese work ethic at those Honda engines that Red Bull were running, and they're still running, mind you. And the Red Bull car, 2021, was the faster of the two cars between it and the Mercedes. People don't want to accept that. Never mind Ferrari and their illegal engine. When they had the illegal engine in their fucking car, that was the faster car. How were Mercedes able to match that? With just good fucking engineering, that's how. And they kept it legal. You see, another thing that's funny is that there's a lot of people on this here webosphere who who have it in their heads that Mercedes are going to cheat at F1. And what's the popular cheat that's being talked about right now is that, well, you develop F1 parts in a different formula and then you just lift them over to F1. Right? That's the popular cheat that's being talked about right now. Mercedes would never. Mercedes, look, after the 1955 Le Mans disaster, I believe it was in 1955, after that, look, Mercedes are never going to play funny games with motorsport. They simply will not. They have too much metaphysical knowledge to entertain breaking rules in motorsports. Too much. Mercedes are steeped in esotericism. Right? They've got too much esoteric knowledge to break the rules. Too much. So it will never be Mercedes that break the rule. I always see a comment somewhere when budget cap is being talked about for this season I always see various people in these comment sections, and I don't comment on these. Sometimes I get fucking baited. It is what it is. I believe I've only posted on like 1 or 2 this year. But I always see a lot of people who get it in their heads that Mercedes are cheating. If you believe Mercedes are gonna cheat at motorsports, then you don't know enough about motorsports history to actually comment on it. You can't even comment on, never mind making a video like I'm doing. Right, never mind that. But anyway, let me get to the next few comments over here. Fucking some of the idiocy I've had to see over this year of people believing Mercedes would actually have the gumption to cheat at the motorsports. They would never. They would never. They have too much skin in the game to cheat at the motorsports. Red Bull do not have that skin in the game. That's why they've gone over budget, and that's why y'all now get into a tizzy whenever someone mentions that shit. But anyway, let me get on to the next comment. Another Yeri comment. Red Bull, faster or not, it was Lewis failing miserably in 2021. Crashed in Imola, choked Monaco, pressed magic button in Baku, outqualified by Williams and helped by a teammate taking Max out, and still... Man, this nigga gotta proofread this shit. And still needed to take Max out himself in Silverstone to change momentum, or Max would be World Drivers' Champion 3 races before the end. And look at Lewis now, broken, bitter driver whose career is ending like Vettel's in an embarrassment. Well, I mean, bro, look, you really got to proofread some of this shit. You got some of your grammar's out of pocket here. But but anyway, that's one of my favorite comments here, because what this is telling me is that Sir Lewis Hamilton is so good that even when he was making mistakes over the course of the season and Red Bull had the faster car, what happened? We still got to Abu Dhabi with a winner takes all events. Like, come on now, Yeri. You gotta think. Use the gray matter. Exercise the gray matter before you press post on these things, please, bro. Please. Like, we only got so much sanity to spare in this life. And, well, I don't know, you're probably running out of sanity at this point. But if we got to Abu Dhabi with a winner-takes-all event, what does that actually mean for Max Verstappen if Sir Lewis Hamilton is having such a mistake-filled season, as you so put it? What does that actually mean for Verstappen? And, you know, I'll even run it that, okay, so Lewis Hamilton has taken Verstappen out in Silverstone. I'll even run that. Okay, and? So Lewis Hamilton has literally had to avoid Verstappen being a fucking torpedo on lap 1 multiple times over the course of the season. Didn't mention that. Oh no, he didn't see that. Didn't happen. Right? You refuse to believe your lying eyes. And here you are, you're still trying to talk about Maximilian Verstappen being this, being that. Dude, Sir Lewis Hamilton literally had to carry this kid's racing etiquette for half the season. He had to carry him out on circuit. Out on circuit, dude. He had to carry him so that he doesn't look like he shouldn't be in Formula 1. So Lewis Hamilton did that. Carried him. Jumped out of the way when Verstappen was heading for an incident with him. Jumped out of the way, even in the final Grand Prix where Verstappen did it one more again. Jumped out the way. What did y'all do when Sir Lewis Hamilton jumped out the way, made your guy look a little better than he is? What did y'all do? Oh, you gotta penalize Sir Lewis Hamilton for that. He's cut the corner. He's jumped the curve. Excuse me. He got out the way of an incident that your guy was about to cause. And he did that so often through the season. I got a video on that. Go check it out on Sporting Review 2021. Go check it out. Maybe you learn something. But, you know, here's the crux of it. If Sir Lewis Hamilton is able to get to the end of the season in a championship fight with Maximilian Verstappen, having made mistakes throughout the season, then Verstappen is just fucking overrated, mate. He's just fucking overrated. He was supposed to win. Yeah, let me get this straight for y'all. He was supposed to win the World Drivers' Championship, probably in Qatar. He was supposed to put it out of reach. Right. He was supposed to be able to finish second in Abu Dhabi and still win championship. But Verstappen, he just didn't have the stones when it came to the crunch, and Sir Lewis Hamilton turned on the afterburners, and we got the history that we now got. What is that history? Abu Dhabi 2021. Because your guy, Maximilian Verstappen, wasn't good enough to seal the deal. So please, Yeri, I need you to think before you actually post. Right? Not only on this channel, you can't even post on my channel no more. You might make a dupe, who knows. But on any channel, you gotta think. Think. Exercise the gray matter before you post. Please. Please. Because you're gonna post this shit somewhere else. There's gonna be some other uninformed so-and-so who regards it as gospel. And like, yeah, at that point, I just have to assume you guys didn't even watch the season. You just tuned in for the final Grand Prix. It was winner takes all. Oh my God, I just have to watch this one race. Oh, I can be an F1 fan now. Alright, on to the next comment. Oh damn, we got a Dolph comment over here. Dolph Lundgren. I don't know what random ass numbers you threw, the random ass numbers and letters you threw at the end here is fucking gibberish. But anyway, here we go. While if Massa wins his 2008 title, Mercedes/Hamilton will lose all their 2014-2021 titles as well. So Max wins 2021 due to Mercedes Tiregate cheating in 2013 and their engine cheating. Now, I didn't even read this comment fully when I fucking posted a response to it. Engine cheating? Mercedes? You believe Mercedes would cheat at motorsport? I should already disqualify your comment from that. I could just go to the next comment right now because I've already addressed this. Mercedes and cheating. You'll never find these things mixing. You might find Mercedes doing some exotic engineering on their racing cars in whatever formula it is, not necessarily Formula 1, but in whatever formula it is. You might find Mercedes employing some exotic engineering, but Mercedes would never cheat. Like I said, they have skin in the game. How many spectators died in the 1955 Le Mans disaster? I can't remember. It was a lot. It was a lot. I'm not gonna like fudge the stat or what have you. You can go research that yourself. But it was a lot. That's all the skin Mercedes have in the game. They cannot cheat in motorsport. After that disaster, they simply cannot cheat in motorsport. If it were to come to light that Mercedes are cheating, then someone's going to bring up 1955 Le Mans and say, look, they're trying to make some disaster like this happen again. They're breaking the regulations. They're pushing the cars beyond the limits of what the whole safety tech of the sport is built for. It would be a disaster. It would be a PR disaster. Mercedes could never. And this Tiregate cheating, right? I explained this to you already and you had no fucking rebuttal. It was crazy, brother. Dolph, you had no rebuttal when I explained to you why the thing with the tire testing is what it is. You had no rebuttal. Pirelli and the FIA sanctioned that test. They needed to sanction that test so that they were able to develop tires for the new formula. Why was it Mercedes that ran that test? It was Mercedes because they had already developed a car for the 2014 regulations. Everyone else still had to develop their car. So how are you going to actually get data that is relevant to the tires? You're going to use the cars that exist, and ideally you want to use the best car. This is why the Red Bull has been used in recent tire tests by Pirelli, also sanctioned by the FIA. This is why you don't hear anyone talking about it, because it's not fucking important. Pirelli made that test happen. They needed that test to happen. Pirelli needed that test to happen. They chose which team would test. Pirelli chose the damn team that would test the tires. You're upset that Mercedes got chosen for the tire test? You're calling it Tiregate cheating? You're uninformed. You're woefully uninformed. I'm actually doing myself a disservice by even bringing up this comment, but you're here. It's your last chance to feature on the channel. This is your last chance to feature on the channel. But you're woefully uninformed. Never mind all this tribe bullshit about who would be so-and-so champions, because everything that fucking happened with Mercedes is legal. It's legal. And you're saying Vettel would have won championships in the Ferrari with the illegal engine? Are you on fucking narcotics, homeboy? Do you just not know the fucking history? It's so recent as well. I'm not even sure if I can call it history. It's in the past though, so I should call it history. But do you not know why Ferrari fell the fuck off in 2019 and 2020? Do you not know? They fell the fuck off because they were running an illegal engine. Oh look, Mercedes beat a team who were cheating. Don't talk about that too loudly, right? Don't talk about that too loudly. Never mind that 2014 to 2016, that's the Silver War. That's Sir Lewis Hamilton versus Rosberg. And Rosberg is a hell of a talent. You know, Rosberg is one incredible driving talent. I call him the human metronome. I might still make my F1 GOAT series, but I'm not particularly keen on it, to be frank. I might still make that just to talk about Rosberg, so that people actually understand where Sir Lewis Hamilton stands on the pantheon of great drivers of F1, because Rosberg is the human metronome. The human metronome. He can match whatever you see, Rosberg, he can match whatever times his teammate does. He can match whatever inputs his teammates does. And that's how he matched Sir Lewis Hamilton, with the regulations staying stable for 3 years until they changed them, because everyone got upset that Mercedes, that the black guy won, right? Everyone got upset. Everybody got upset, right? But Rosberg, he's a human metronome. He cannot discover the limit of the car, but he can certainly drive to it, having been shown it. And that's why I call him the human metronome. And that's what Sir Lewis Hamilton was going up against during the Silver War. This whole idea that Vettel and Ricciardo are going to win championship because of Mercedes not cheating is just stupid. Because of Mercedes running a test that Pirelli asked them to run and fucking got the FIA involved because they needed the fucking data for the tires. You're so stupid at this point, man. You're so stupid. You try to present logic and you just can't. And then you say that I'm not accepting your facts. Well, your facts are full of holes. So how can I accept them? Because you haven't actually got the full story. You don't have the full story. You don't have the full context. You don't have the full history. You're ahistorical in your reporting. Why must I take what you're saying seriously? Clearly you've got an agenda. Yeah, clearly you've got an agenda, because you're saying that an illegal Ferrari must win championship. I mean, I rest my case, mate. I rest my case. You're too stupid to actually address. And then you get upset, Dolph. You get upset. P.S. What do you think would happen if you insult Max fans? Don't you think they come here and defend themselves from your hate? Look, I've seen some legitimate Maximilian Verstappen fans who are just as upset as F1 first and foremost fans and Sir Lewis Hamilton fans at the manner at which he won his first championship. I've seen Maximilian Verstappen fans doing that. Now, do I care to separate them from you? No, not particularly, because they're not actually going to be here. They're not actually going to be here. They've already spoken about it. They've probably gotten upset again about Red Bull breaching cap. And they've let their feelings be known. No doubt directly to Red Bull. You though, Dolph. No, I don't really give a fuck about you. I mean, you can go die in a fire, quite frankly. I wouldn't piss on you to put you out. Let me be just frank with you, bro. I wouldn't piss on you to put you out. If that was the only water source available and I really had to piss and you're on fire, I mean, burn, bro. Just burn. Burn. Fire's going crazy on your ass, like I give a fuck. You think I care? You're out here peddling falsehoods and you try to gaslight people into believing them. Like I said on the channel post, which you've no doubt seen. On to the next Dolph comment. 6, according to gay boy Geo Hamilton, has 0 titles. Geo Hamilton? What the fuck? Gay boy Geo? Look, you gotta use some commas here, homeboy. It's crazy that I have to correct people's grammar in the comments, but anyway. The man Dem here has now changed his number of titles from 0 for Sir Lewis Hamilton to 6. He calls me gay boy. I mean, okay, whatever, bro. Like, dude, I'm too comfortable in my own sexuality to give a fuck about someone trying to call me gay or what have you, bro. I don't really give a fuck. I don't really give a fuck. You probably gotta deal with some demons yourself, because you're trying to insult someone like this, like some fuckboy, like the fuckboy that you is, right? Geo? I mean, come on, bro. Dio is right there. Why you gotta fuck up Dio? That's just disrespectful, man, but it is what it is. Hamilton has 0 titles and Max has 3 already. Well, I ain't sure where you got that from. That's a little, I mean, you smoking some strong herb over there. I suppose some people are going to want to say that the DAS system Mercedes were running was illegal. No. I don't even have to address that. Right. I don't even have to address DAS. I simply do not. The FIA let Mercedes run it for a year because they've developed their car around it. And Mercedes developed it while liaising with the FIA. Every step of the development, they went to the FIA and said, hey, is this legal? And the FIA said yes. And then they outlawed it because they don't want all the teams chasing a DAS upgrade because, well, it's such a minor gain with such a huge outlay as far as cost goes, and they're trying to control costs. It's crazy, like I have to explain such recent history to people, but anyway. And I've addressed the previous shit. People now accusing Mercedes of cheating on the engine. I don't know, you must have confused the red car with the silver car. Evidently. Right, evidently. The tire cheating, you're just uninformed. You're just fucking uninformed, and there's no real value to actually addressing anything that they're saying. This is why I say, bro, you're out here as a disinformation agent, and that's why I have to remove you from the fucking channel. Because you speak stupidness. You type stupidness in the comment box, and then you post it, and then you get upset when people who actually know the facts just discard your bullshit as actual bullshit, because it's bullshit. Like the sport itself at this point. Fuck me. My man's responding to Umbrella. So you want to block everyone who dares to stand against you. It's not about standing against anyone. It's not about that. It's not about that. You see, at this point, you're demonstrating to be unprincipled. You're unprincipled, you're uncultured, you're toxic, you're uninformed. Anyone who dares to speak the truth, no, none of you, Dolph, you do not even have a relationship with the truth as far as it relates to F1. You don't even know the truth exists. So you can't be pretending that you're speaking truth over here. A lot of people just know better. I've been here the whole fucking way. I've been here the whole fucking way for a long fucking time. Since 97, this is a long fucking time. I've been here the whole fucking way. And I know unequivocally that not a single comment that you posted on this channel contained a shred of truth. I know unequivocally. It was never peaceful here because these videos are full of hate, misinformation, and BS. I don't know, you're upset that I've actually posted true shit. You got debunked. And now you're going off on Umbrella. I'm not sure why you're going off on Umbrella. So I had to actually agree with Umbrella. Like, I don't need this shit on my channel. One, this is my personal channel. I didn't cook up a fucking channel just to post content. This is my personal channel. I've been using this channel since fucking... When the fuck did I make this channel? 2009 or something? I don't even think the YouTube data would go that far back. Why did I make the channel? Because people were uploading DBZ movies. I wanted to playlist them so that I could watch them later. That's why I made the channel. And then I had a YouTube account, so okay. I just started browsing the YouTube, and now I got all my music playlisted on YouTube. I don't use Spotify. But I am very careful with what I post on the channel. I do not peddle disinformation, misinformation. Misinformation is a mistake, right? What you're doing is disinformation. You're doing it on purpose. Misinformation, you know, I would come back and correct my damn self. You don't have to worry about misinformation on my channel. Hate? Okay. If you want to call it hate, you can do that. But I tell you what, there's a lot more St. Louis Hamilton fans who will say that all the shit that you've posted is hateful. There's a lot more. And they've no doubt seen a lot of your comments on Fixed One and FF1, for instance. Mind you, Wonderful would have banned your ass quick. Lickety split. Right? Wonderful probably banned your ass too. You can't post there now, right? Well, you can't post here either. Like, this is my personal channel, bro. I've got to take some measures here to protect my own channel. I've seen so many things over the years on the YouTubes. I've seen troll farms on Discord get channels banned, you know? I've seen shit. So, quite frankly, I'm going to take measures to safeguard my channel. This is my personal channel. I've collected too much music on my playlists on this channel. I've collected some great videos. You know, some people have uploaded some great videos over the years. And I got them playlisted. And I'm not gonna risk that. That shit is more important to me than letting your disinformation and bullshit float on my channel. Way more important. So, what do I expect with blocking everyone who's peddling disinformation on my channel? I expect to have a nice channel. I expect to have a nice channel space that is cultured and that is married to the truth. That is married to the truth. I get a lot of people on this channel who have been calling the Perez running a B-spec car compared to Max Verstappen for the longest time. And you know what? I've been so nice with your guy Max Verstappen, I've refused to actually entertain that narrative. I didn't have the film yet. After the Dutch Grand Prix, I got film now, so you know, I gotta say my subscribers were right. I gotta say my subscribers were right now. I didn't want them to be right. I wanted Perez and Verstappen to be running the same spec car, but well, after the Dutch Grand Prix, like I said earlier in the vid, I can't run that. So I've been so nice to your guys, and for whatever reason, just went right over your head. I suppose you weren't even here for it, so you don't even know. You don't know better. You just don't know better. You think I'm peddling disinformation? You're not even calling it disinformation. You probably didn't even know that word existed until you read it on my channel, right? But you're peddling disinformation. You're claiming I'm peddling disinformation. Maybe I fucking was, in regards to Perez and Verstappen running the same spec car. Maybe I was peddling disinformation. Right now, you see, the funny thing is, you didn't see that coming. Oh no, you didn't see that coming. You thought I was just full of hate over here. I'm an F1 fan, first and foremost. I was a McLaren fan long before Sir Lewis Hamilton was at McLaren. I actually hated McLaren when I first encountered F1 because they're double teaming Schumacher. I didn't like Schumacher either. He won too much, but come on, don't double team the guy, race fairly. Little did I know. Like I said before on this channel plenty of times, little did I know that's how you had to race Michael Schumacher. Well, when it comes to Sir Lewis Hamilton, little did I know you actually had to cheat to have a chance of winning against such an elite driver who's in his own category. Little did I fucking know. So what do I expect with the banning of all you fucking fake motherfuckers out here posting your erroneous bullshit on my channel? What do I expect? I expect to have a nice channel. I expect to have a nice channel. You know, we can engage in reasoned discussion in the comment section. I will respond to various comments. Might be a hater, might be someone who's been a long time subscriber. I'll respond to various comments and we might have disagreements, but as long as we're all sticking to facts, it's okay. We can interpret the facts in different ways, but if you don't even have facts, well, I'm sorry, you probably shouldn't be here, and so you aren't here. But hey, I'm featuring you in this video. This is your time to shine, isn't it? What do I expect? I expect a channel with a community that is married to the truth and is only interested in discussing truth. I can't have that if I've got clowns like you posting around here, Dolph. I just can't have that. Like, I will never have that. I'm not interested in getting 1 million subscribers or what have you. That would be a fucking disaster to police anyway. I'm not interested in getting 1 million subscribers. I just want subscribers who can deal with the truth. And if you can't deal with the truth, you shouldn't be here. It's really that simple. It's really that simple, Dolph. There's another Dolph comment. So you want the truth to be blocked? I mean, you would have to block my channel then. You would have to block Fixed One. You would have to block FF1. You'd have to block Wonderful. Look, I've had so many disagreements with Wonderful over various things, right? He's got some very strong and controversial takes on some things. I've disagreed with him on various things, but hey, we're all addressing the truth of the matter. We are all addressing the truth of the matter. And we can all say when we're wrong. When you get shown to be wrong, this is what you do. Oh, so you want the truth to be blocked. You never posted anything true. Well, I'm going through all your comments right now. You never posted anything true, homeboy, so you gotta go. You gotta go. I want disinformation to be blocked, and you are a disinformation agent. And that don't mean that you have to be CIA or FBI or MI6 or what have you. That don't mean you have to be any of those. You might just be a civilian who has been brainwashed and gaslit into believing a whole quandary of lies. And that's fine. You can go and engage in the lies on WTF1, the official F1 channel, because the official F1 channel will actually block anyone who's speaking the truth. It's wild. You can even go to Peter Winsor if you want to be quote-unquote cultured. Although Peter Winsor, when when Abu Dhabi 2021 gets brought up, you're going to have to deal with Peter Winsor blowing your brains out and saying that Sir Lewis Hamilton should be champion of 2021. Right? So go there and indulge yourself. You don't have to be here. I already showed you early in the video. You don't even have to be here. Do I want the truth to be blocked? No. I removed disinformation. You are a disinformation agent. You might even be an agent of chaos and you don't know it. Dolph really got busy over here, man. How many comments of Dolph do I have to deal with? So here he says, is it disinformation when I say it was legal and safe to unlap all cars on lap 54/55? You know, you really gotta pay attention to fixed one. Dolph, you really gotta pay attention. You know, if it was possible for Messi to unlap the cars on lap 54/55, he would have done so. Because there would be no fucking controversy in post. There wouldn't have been a scandal. There wouldn't have been a robbery. So he would have done that. The circuit wasn't clear. There was still car fluids to clear, if not the car itself. And they still had to get busy with the cement dust. So yeah, it is disinformation, the shit that you're peddling. Fixed one already proved it, man. This what pisses me off, dude. This is what pisses me right the fuck off. Fixed one has done too much fucking work for y'all to be coming out here and pretending that you have facts to present and trying to claim that other people are posting disinformation or misinformation. He's done too much fucking work for that. How fucking dare you? Do you think that what you say is the truth and undeniable? Do I think that what I say is the truth and undeniable? Well, I try to stick to the truth. And if I fall off of that truth at some point, I'll go back and address it. I will always go back and address it. I will say in a video, you know, I said back a few months that XYZ was the case. Well, it was actually ABC, so I'm mistaken. So now it's not that what I post is undeniable, but it's definitely truthful. The shit that you're posting, Dolph? No. You started posting all of this because you got debunked. Because your big talking point that you thought you had applied so much logic and reason to got debunked. In a comment, man didn't even have to post a fucking video. In a comment, it got debunked. And so you got in your feelings. All of a sudden, you're out here trying to say everyone's a disinformation agent. I agree, AD was highly irregular and terribly managed, but in the end, we had the rightful champion. No, we did not. And if you believe that, then get the fuck off the channel, mate. Get the fuck off the channel. I showed you earlier in the video how to trim and curate your algorithms. Get the fuck off the channel. You ain't gotta be here. There's a billion videos on YouTube. You can go watch those. Go watch any of those. You don't have to be watching my video. You don't have to be commenting on my video. You don't have to be commenting on a fixed one video. You don't have to be commenting on FF1's video. If you believe that we had the rightful champion after Abu Dhabi 2021, then sorry, homeboy. You are suffering psychosis. You are not attached to reality. And you should really think about that next time you're posting somewhere. Think about how you got destroyed, right? Think about how your talking points got so destroyed that all you could say was that we're not posting the truth over here. Think about that, because Messi should still be in a job. If what you're saying is correct and we had the rightful champion of 2021, Messi should still be in a job. Messi should not be under NDA because everything that he did was correct, right? But he is. He's not allowed to talk about that. If I find Messi somewhere in the world, I go travel to Australia and I just so happen to bump into Messi and I ask him to explain what the fuck he did in Abu Dhabi 2021. Guess what? He can't talk about it. He can't talk about it. I can't force him to talk about it. There is paperwork barring him from talking about it. And that's the fucking truth. That's the fucking truth, homeboy. Right? That's the fucking truth. Y'all want to insult me this way and that way, run it, bro. Run it. Gay boy, Geo, whatever the fuck that shit is. Run it. Run it, homeboy. I'ma visit you in the Netherlands. I'ma smash your mom so deep, deeper than your... I digress. Excuse me. Whew. Excuse me. Alright, now I got a comment on the post that I made from a certain Max Verstappen. This is not the real Max Verstappen. If this is the real Max Verstappen, if this is the real Max Verstappen, I don't know, man. Small fucking world we live in. We really are dealing with 1.6 degrees of separation, right? If this really is the real Max Verstappen. But it's not the real Max Verstappen. There's no doubt one of his fans. And his fan is so unoriginal that, brother, you have to name yourself after the driver. You come post on the channel, this is Max Verstappen. You ain't Max. I've never seen a Sir Lewis Hamilton fan do this, name themselves Lewis Hamilton. I've never seen that. I've never seen that in my life. So you're so unoriginal, you can't come up with an original name. You've got to be Mac. You couldn't have been the Dutch Lion or some shit. Like, bro, you could have done so much, but you're just Max Verstappen with a few numbers. I mean, it's okay. And you say cry more? Homeboy, you're gonna be crying. That's your first and last post on the channel. That is your first and last post on the channel. And you're gone same time. It must suck to be you. It's not even like he's gone to the video to try to debunk any of the fucking talking points or any of the fucking facts that are being dropped on him. He hasn't done that. He's not gone to a video to debunk me. You could go to the Unsporting Review and try to debunk what I'm saying there. I'd love it. Give me some free content I can fucking make vids out of. I'd love it. But y'all would never be able to do that. You don't have the facts backing you. You don't have the knowledge to pull on. And quite frankly, you're all just fucking uncouth so-and-sos. And and no one reasonable or sensible is ever going to listen to what y'all have to say. What you're telling us to do is ignore our lying eyes. You're telling me to cry more. I mean, nigga, I ain't even cried once about this stupid F1 thing. Seriously, I ain't even cried once. The white man spent all these years building up the F1, and all of a sudden, the black man entered the space. Oh shit, he's rewriting the record books. Oh shit, he's about to get the 8th. Will there ever be someone white who can get 8? Like, this is why I say he could have bull rustled this fucking space already. This is why I say Sir Lewis Hamilton could have bull rustled this thing already. Get 10 plus championships. He's out of fingers to put the fucking rings on. And y'all got so spooked. Oh shit, the black man's doing the thing. He's about to cause a paradigm shift. Everyone's gonna have to have a black driver. Stop him. You telling me to cry more? Homeboy. I can make you cry so easily just saying Abu Dhabi 2021 was fixed. Oh shit, you're in your feelings now. Oh shit, you are in your feelings now. Just with a few simple words. Abu Dhabi 2021 was fixed. So careful, homie. Careful. Clearly, you are not capable of original thought. Otherwise, you would have had a much more original name than Max Verstappen, and you would have had more to say than cry more. You would have had something of substance to say, but there's no substance that makes up these Max Verstappen fans. If you are a Max Verstappen fan of substance, I mean, look, if you are a Max Verstappen fan of substance, then you know exactly what happened in Abu Dhabi 2021, and you're just as upset about it as any other F1 first fan or Sir Lewis Hamilton fan. You're just as upset. You're just as disturbed. You're just as disgruntled. And so I don't necessarily have to worry about upsetting the Max Verstappen fans, because there's 2 or 3 camps of Max Verstappen fans, and there's really only one camp of Max Verstappen fans that I'm interested in interacting with, and it's those who are still attached to reality, who are not undergoing psychosis. They're the only ones I'm interested in interacting with, because there is where we could potentially make some real progress on F1. The rest of y'all, I mean, look, like I told these other men earlier in the video, was it Yeri or was it Dolph? Either way, I wouldn't piss on any of these men to put them out if they were on fire. Burn, homeboy. Shit. Anyway, I got the most important comments on my channel. It came from Rick Cushman. I hope I'm pronouncing brother's name correctly. I mean, if X1 pronounced Boy Tendio correctly, I'm really ecstatic about that. A lot of people in, well, let me not say a lot of people, it's usually American channels who try to get fancy with the Boy Tendio for whatever reason. But yeah, there are some people somewhere here and there who, just fluff the Boy Tendio, the Boy Dio pronunciation somehow, some way. But I got the most important comment from Rick over here. And this is the comment that lets me know that I am doing the right thing. Because I was wondering for a while, where's Rick gone? I was wondering for a while. Well, I got my answer. He was unsubscribed from my channel. Now, I mean, it's a lot of clicks to unsubscribe from a channel on YouTube now. It ain't quick. It ain't quick at all. Let me try and see how many clicks it takes to actually unsubscribe from a channel. I click on a video. Now I've got to click subscribe, and then I've got to click unsubscribe specifically. So it's 1, 2, 3. If you're on phone, it's a little more complicated, but it's the same general thing. It's not easy. It's not, unsubscribing from a channel. There was a time on YouTube where, maybe someone might fall asleep with the phone next to them and, their hand just brushes over the screen or something. You get unsubscribe from a channel that way. You can't really do that nowadays on YouTube. That don't happen. So for Rick to come post on the channel and say that he was unsubscribed, well, now I know I'm doing the right thing, because even my tiny ass channel here, I don't even have 200 subs, never mind 500. People are getting unsubscribed. And so now I know that the apparatus can see me. And now I know that they don't like what I'm saying. And so I shall keep saying more of it. And so I shall keep saying more of it. But anyway, thank you, Rick, for informing me. This was the most important comment on the damn video. Because heck, who would have guessed? Unsubscribe people from channels that are just starting. Mind you, like I said in the video earlier, I've seen troll farms on Discord, like, get paid. They get paid to actually get YouTube channels banned and shit. So really, when it comes to these other men that were addressed earlier in the video, I gotta protect what's mine. I gotta protect what's mine, homeboy. I quite like my channel. I've got too much content saved on this channel. I'm not particularly interested in losing that content. So if you come to my channel being toxic because you can't handle the truth, you're gonna get banned. you're gonna get banned. You can still watch the video. You can still comment. I don't need I don't need the part of the community that I'm interested in actually nurturing and developing, interacting with your bullshit. I simply don't need that. So I protect the channel now. Rick has informed me that I'm in the eye of the apparatus. It was good to know. And you know, if they're banning, if they're unsubscribing people from my channel, well, they've done it with Fixed, they've done it with Wonderful, they've done it with FF1. I've been wondering for the longest, why is Wonderful's channel growing so slowly? And I should have just thought of this. I really should have just thought of this. Of course, he's been on and off with the content at times, but I mean, that's not really a reason to stop a channel's growth, really. So the reason his channel is not growing is because people getting unsubscribed. There are people getting unsubscribed from that channel. There are people getting unsubscribed from Fixed One. There are people getting unsubscribed from FF1. There are people getting unsubscribed from my channel. I ain't even cracked 200 subs, bruv. But this is great. This is great information. Now we know definitively that we are on the right side of history. Because John C. Malone is throwing petty cash to YouTube, and they're throwing their sabotage at these tiny ass channels. These tiny channels. We're nowhere still. But damn, are we fucking threatening? And you know we're threatening because, well, I've spent a fucking hour going through these trolls' comments. None of them have any fucking facts, but boy, are they so fucking rattled. They just have to make some sort of rebuttal, even if their rebuttal is just completely out of the sphere of what we recognize as reality. You know what, all you trolls? I tell you what. I tell you what. If you can get Peter Winsall to say on film that Abu Dhabi ended correctly, then you know what? I'll say cool. Y'all win. Go and get Peter Winsall to say on film that Abu Dhabi finished with the correct winner. Go on. Specifically Abu Dhabi. Don't be out here trying to say, oh, but he said the right champion was crowned or what have you, because he wouldn't say that. Go get him to say Abu Dhabi finished in the correct way. If y'all do that, then I'll put my hands up and say you win. I'll put my hands up and say you win. I'll start doing the GP observations again. I'll keep it vanilla. I'll keep the GP observations vanilla. I won't be talking about no MK Ultra and all of that. I won't be talking about the NMOD treaty and the weather manipulation. I won't be talking about any fruity shit. I'll keep it vanilla. But first, go get Peter Winsor to say on film. Go get Peter Winsor to say on film that Sir Lewis Hamilton was meant to lose in Abu Dhabi 2021. Go on. That's my challenge to y'all. Because Peter Windsor's a huge Verstappen fan. He's a huge F1 fan in general, but you know, he's a huge Verstappen fan. Also a huge Sir Lewis Hamilton fan. But Sir Lewis Hamilton don't have the complexion for the connection. Mind you, none of the trolls got this far in the video anyway. None of them got this far in the video anyway. So me even laying out this challenge to them, they could never. They probably don't even have the attention span to go through Peter Winsor videos, so. But I digress. That should be the video. I should add on the back end, I'm really grateful for the Fixed One signal boost, but like, you know, I don't know how to repay it. At some point, like, I really want to repay it somehow, but like, I don't know how to do so. So I'll just keep making content. Right? He advised that I just keep making the content, so I'll keep making the content. If he posts something that gets the brain turning over, and he gives me something that I have to jump on and talk about, well, that'll be that. But really, I've just made this video here because I just can't believe how uncultured some people are. This Yeri guy, this Dolph guy, and there's no doubt others. There's no doubt a lot of others that will come out the woodwork over time. This guy with the Max Verstappen account's not even worth remembering, I suppose. Jesus. Jesus. But anyway, that's the vid. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Peace.
Hell breezy. Let me show you how to keep the dice rolling when you're doing that thing over there. Hey. Let's go! Cause I'm feeling like I'm running and I'm feeling like I gotta get away. Better know that I don't and I won't ever stop. Cause you know I gotta win every day. Go! See, you really wanna pop me. Go! Just know that you will never flop me. And I know that I gotta be a little cocky. Go! You ain't never gonna stop me. Every time I come, a nigga gotta set it, then I gotta go, and then I gotta get it, then I gotta blow, and then I gotta shut it. Any little thing a nigga think that he be doing, cause it doesn't matter, cause I'm gonna dead it. Then I'm gonna murder everything and anything about it. Boom, about a bing. I gotta do a lot of things to make it clearer to a couple niggas that I always win, and then I gotta get it again and again and again. And I be doing it to death, and now I move a little foul. Nigga better call a rap, and everybody know my style. Niggas know that I'm the best when it comes to doing this, and I be banging on my chest, and I bang in the east, and I banging in the west, and I kinda give you more, and I will never give you less. You will hear it in the street, and you can read it in the press. Do you really wanna know what's next? Let's go. See the way we on it, and we all up in the race, and you know we gotta go now, try to keep up with the pace, and we struggling and hustling and set it, and get it, and we always gotta do it, take it to another place, gotta taste it, and I gotta grab it, and I gotta cut all